The air was heavy with anticipation as we left home. Today was the day I would meet with the lawyer, a family member, to clarify questions about the 9-Acre Revival project. I had spent the morning carefully writing down my questions in a specific order. We have to stick to the script, I told my parents. My mother wanted to stop for local delicacies, but I insisted we go directly to the lawyer's office and arrive early. The lawyer said she was busy. I wanted to be respectful of her time. I had 3 core questions, ordered, precise. Her office was on the upper floor of a shop lot. We were greeted by the lawyer's staff. She began by introducing us to her firm, her work, and the importance of being cautious about scammers.
Good morning. Welcome. A certified lawyer would exhibit his license in the firm. It's important to be cautious about scammers.
She introduced her firm and underscored the need for care. We moved to the meeting room. I started with my first question. Was the agreement I made with our matriarch legally challengeable, given the existence of the power of attorney document my mother received that you prepared 7 years ago? Unfortunately, my mother did not pay much attention on the document until now.
Please proceed to your next question.
Well then, all right, my second question. Who are the other POA holders besides my mother?
Proceed to the third question.
I objected. The third question depended on the first 2. She agreed to answer them in order.
7 years ago, I provided the power of attorney letters to cut short the succession process.
She said wills are not as strong in a court of law, but this doesn't answer my question. Anyway, my third question. Is a power of attorney valid after the death of the principal?
Yes, the POA can be used by the holders to change the land's name after death.
My research on the internet contradicted this, but bringing up Google would invalidate my argument. I simply took note.
So, as long as the moon and the stars exist?
My father asked metaphorically.
Until the day of judgment, the power of attorney is still valid.
The lawyer answered confidently. I took note again, uncertain and silently cautious.
Show me the land search documents.
She had a junior lawyer organize them and found one lot that did not belong to our matriarch. It was my mistake that I mixed up documents, an important lesson about order and accuracy.
There are 2 other power of attorney documents for the other 2 lands. One lot of about 3.10 acres has no POA.
She confirmed where POAs existed and where they did not. She provided copies of the land grants since I told her that they are needed for land surveying. We left the meeting with paperwork in hand. I left feeling both informed and unsettled. Questions lingered. The real doubts were only beginning to surface. The story continues. On the way home, with the documents in my hands, I felt confused. Her legal explanations contradicted what I had learned about succession. The claim that a POA survives death directly opposed my research. I asked if a trustee like Amana Raya would be appropriate.
I advise against it. They would take some percentage yearly. Why fall into the tiger's trap?
So you think Amana Raya's fees are a trap, and that is why you chose POA over a will?
Your question shows you did not understand my previous explanation.
I repeated her point to confirm that a will is less strong, and Amana Raya's fees are a trap. I did not fully understand the explanation afterwards. The moment ended without full understanding. One question I forgot to ask kept coming back. If a POA holder sold the land, who would receive the payment? I couldn't shake the suspicion the money would go to the holder, not our matriarch, negating her purpose for selling. This single question captured the immense risk of the old, informal system we were now trying to fix. Her extra money was meant to repair her beloved home. But whose hands would it end up in? The next day, I devised a plan to clarify all the doubts raised by the meeting. I began to prepare for the next step. The story was not finished. What will happen next? Join me and the 9-Acre Revival project to find out. Subscribe to follow the next chapter. This is only the beginning.